Last year, we lost in the Pac-12 championship game to Washington. But that was the Pac-12. Now we're the Ducks. The Ducks. Oregon, they came into the Big Ten and went undefeated in the Big Ten. Penn State, one loss to Ohio State. I don't think they thought they'd be in here, but here we are after Michigan pulled off the upset. What are your thoughts, Vlad, on this matchup?
I'll be the first to say I don't think it's going to be close.
Okay.
I think Oregon's going to beat the brakes off of Penn State.
And why do you think that?
I just think they're clearly the better team. I mean, obviously the record shows it. Penn State has barely hung on these last couple weeks. They honestly should have lost to Minnesota, which would have been a pretty bad loss. So I think Oregon plays a lot cleaner of a game. I like Oregon here.
Yeah, totally with you here. I think Oregon wins. Little preview to the preview predictions. I think Oregon wins by a lot here. Penn State, I think they're a very weak number 3 team in the country. And even though they'll probably make it to the CFP regardless of what happens, I still think they're weak in the CFP. What do you think about Drew Aller? What is your trust meter of Drew Aller? Maybe like a 1 through 10 scale.
I mean, compared to Dylan Gabriel, a lot less. But Aller probably like 6, 7. Nothing crazy, but not going to act like he's not super talented.
Yeah, he definitely is talented. It's just kind of tough to – he's never really won, a huge game.
Right.
And I think some of this falls on James Franklin too. Not sure if you watched the Ohio State game, but they had the ball once or maybe even twice near the goal line, and they couldn't punch it in for a touchdown. That being said, I do like Penn State's running game. Their duo of Nick Singleton and Allen are very good, combined for far over 1,000 yards on season. Tyler Warren is a beast. I could see that guy going to the NFL and being a really good tight end.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think Oregon is better. What do you like about this Oregon football team from what you've seen thus far?
I mean, they kind of just – I want to say they kind of leave no remorse. I mean, take away the Wisconsin game. But, I mean, beat Ohio State. Looking at all these other games here, every other game, Boise State besides that, every other game is double-digit scoring in terms of margin of victory. I mean, it's not really a lot to dislike about Oregon. Well-rounded everywhere on the roster. Got a great quarterback, great everything. So
I agree. I think Oregon is probably the most well-rounded team here. What uniform combo do you think Oregon is bringing out?
Well, if I could narrow it down from their 66 combinations to maybe 10, maybe I could give you an answer, but I have no idea.
So many, man. So many uniforms. Gabriel is just got to be at least 25 years old by now.
Yeah.
Been starting in college football since 2019.
That's ridiculous.
But when you've started that many games, that means experience.
Yep.
And he definitely has experience. I don't think he has not been to a championship game, conference championship, but I think he'll be more than prepared for the moment here. Do you feel as I don't know, maybe a Big Ten fan or a Big Ten observer. You've observed a lot of Big Ten. Do you feel any hostility toward the Ducks for coming into the Big Ten and kind of taking it by storm?
Not really. I mean, there's just so much realignment and shifting nowadays that
Mm-hmm.
you can't look at a team because they come over and just run the conference that like, oh, those are the people that I'm going to be mad about when you got UCLA, USC, and so many other teams in different conferences across the country doing the same thing. But
Right.
you can't really fault them. I mean, if anything, you tip your cap to them. Come in your conference and haven't lost a game yet.
Absolutely. 100% agree on that. Dan Lanning, obviously, good coach. Taking another step this year, I would argue. They've been number one for the majority of the year, if not all of it. Where would you put Dan Lanning on your list of coaches that you'd rather have?
It's hard not to take him against anyone at this point. I mean,
Absolutely.
with Saban gone, I mean, there's not really anyone else. I think he could, if anyone could coach in the NFL tomorrow from college, it would probably be him. But I mean, with where we're at now, not taking him over James Franklin, not taking him over Kellen DeBoer, not taking him over Ryan Day, that's for sure.
Yes.
I mean, Harbaugh is back in the league now. Saban's retired. It's hard not to take someone other than Dan Lanning for the top spot.
Absolutely. 100% agree. Lanning is kind of crazy, but he backs it up. I mean, we knew that he would back it up when he was talking about the Colorado game last year, how like they're playing for clicks and we're playing for wins, and went out and just destroyed them. We've already alluded to it, but Oregon is only favored by 3.5. I assume you have Oregon covering here. What's a score prediction of yours?
Yeah. Gosh, what's the line for total points?
Total points, a great question. It is 50.5.
Okay, so similar to SEC.
Yeah.
Let's go. Dang, might get a little outlandish here, like 31-17, Oregon.
I think 31-17 is more than fair. I could see maybe Penn State getting a garbage touchdown at the end.
Yeah.
I see Oregon winning this end to end. Yeah, one last question for you. If you had to guess at the ticket prices on Vivid Seats, please sponsor us. What would you predict?
Oh man, this is at
Lucas Oil Stadium in Indiana.
Oh, you know what? I did see something for this the other day. I did see tickets for like $9, which is crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely. They went up a little bit. They're at 12 now.
Oh.
But kind of crazy, obviously, parking and stuff. Not sure if you've ever been to Lucas Oil. I haven't, but I assume from what I see on TV, it's pretty nice. So
yeah, I've been once. It was actually for the combine, not for an actual game.
Oh wow!
But
what combine year was that?
I want to say 2019.
Okay.
2019. We saw running backs work out. So
okay, I was gonna say that wasn't the John Ross year, was it?
No, it was.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember if there's even anyone like notable. Gosh, what draft class? That would have been the year before Burrow. I don't even know who. I can't remember who the first pick was that year, anyways. But yeah, it was fun to watch. I mean, you had to be dead silent the entire time, but it was definitely a cool experience.
Sounds cool. Yeah, Oregon fans, good luck. We believe in you. Penn State fans, you're good, but this one might not go your way.
Yeah, and go Hoosiers.